Women getting mad at us men because we don't want to date how they want. Their expectation, their problems. We got a new video here from Alpha Central, so let's dive in.
When your friend drags you to a single mixer after spending the last 3 days moving. I was so exhausted, so I left after 30 minutes. Still very single, and the men we're not at dating in Vegas is truly the worst. Lol.
With that behavior, you will never find a man. Second of all, keep your expectations low, because women, we do the same. We are keeping our expectations low and we never get disappointed.
Single by chance?
No.
And you?
Married.
No? Single by chance?
No, I'm not, sorry.
No? Are you single by chance?
I'm not.
No? Do you have single friends by chance?
I'm sure I do.
Yes.
Not very many.
Single?
Who is even getting to know someone like that? Maybe start with a simple hi, ask his name, what they're doing, maybe something like that, no?
No, I'm married.
Ah, okay. Excuse me, are you single by chance?
No.
No? Single by chance? No? Are you single by chance? No? Do you have single friends?
No.
No? Are you single by chance?
I'm not, I'm afraid.
No. Is anyone single by chance?
Nope.
No one is single. Are you single
No,
by
I'm
chance?
married, sorry.
Do you have any single friends?
Imagine men are so scared right now that they don't even try, that they don't even believe that can happen to them, that a woman can approach you. But of course, that even is a lower chance when somebody approach you with a micro and a camera.
Jenny,
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Are you single?
Wow.
I am single.
What would you look for in a guy to date? What's all they gotta be?
6 foot.
Oh, how much money they gotta make?
Of course, if you can make $1 billion, fuck.
What's a race that you wouldn't date?
Sorry, not my Filipino. Copy by hi, copy by hi, copy. There's no Filipinos, I'm sorry.
She doesn't even know how to express her thoughts. Imagine, guys, having such an ego that you can't even at least get fit. She will never find a partner like that, like she wants. Not just because she's looking like that, but I bet there are guys that are wants that. but no, no, not any chance.
Can somebody explain to me why I don't get approached in public?
Because of a lot of scary tattoos, like which guys nowadays don't mind tattoos, but know this much. Unfortunately, I would approach you still. But okay,
Like, do I look mean or something? I don't know. I feel like guys will stare a hole into my from another side of the but they will not approach me.
Well, first of all, they would not approach you because you are looking kind of girl. I don't say that you are, but you are looking kind of girl that are giving the vibes of you can send him to hell. Well, it is what it is. You look like that. You choose how you look. So you are having now consequences. That's fine.
Like, men will be in my DMs and all my social medias and then even in public, they will still not approach me.
Well, I think that this is not so bad. I don't like this in the nose, what she has, but yeah.
And it's not because I'm ugly. Even if you don't feel like I'm pretty, you could say that, but I ain't ugly. I just don't understand why when I go out, I don't get approached by men.
Well, like I said, because most of the men right now, they are very scared that they can be blamed of a lot of things. Women made sure for us to not approach anymore. And dating apps are working well, even if a lot aren't saying otherwise, but they are working.
How much does a man have to make in a year in order to marry you?
$1 million.
A million?
Good luck.
Why he gotta make $1 million?
Because he's gotta show me what's up.
Well, she just announced her price. That's all.
Saying that you want a financially stable. Do you looking for certain numbers? Like
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
looking between 600,000 and 800,000.
I really don't understand from where they are getting those prices. Do they understand that this is hard to get such a lot of money, that 99% of the guys will not have such money in 1 year? 50% of the men in the entire world will not have this much money in their entire lives. What's wrong with those people? Well, ladies, come on, stop it. That's not even funny anymore.
Obviously more is good, but that's what I want to start with.
So 600 is your bare minimum, you said.
Well,
Wow.
maybe 500.
Well, this girl have an accent of Russian girl, and I see that she's very surprised about that.
When done.
The cost of living in LA is so high.
It is.
And I really love to travel.
I heard that in LA even $10,000 per month is okay, is fine, is even a lot. Maybe I'm wrong, but 800k, 900k. That's
okay.
too
And you
much.
wanna like a man to cover for this?
If he can, yeah. Because I
If he
bring
can,
feminine
okay.
qualities. I can
What
cook.
kind?
I can
What-
give
okay,
good back massages.
Wow.
I can listen well. So I think
You know how much horse you can buy? You know how much housewives you can buy by those money? That's femininity that you are saying that did not cost it. No.
it's only fair.
So it's worth it. Yeah.
It's worth it. Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone making 500,000-600,000 here watching it? Leave us in the comments, please, guys. Is that a good trade? Would you trade your
good luck.
salary with the back rubs and cooking and cleaning? Let us know. We want to hear.
She even laughs about that.
I keep hearing about the male loneliness epidemic. And ironically, we keep hearing about it mostly from women who are very adamant that they don't care anything about it, yet continue to speak on it almost constantly. Not only that, but they also mention that it's entirely men's fault that they're lonely.
Wow.
But I have some serious doubts about that. Because from what I have been seeing, there are actually a lot of men that are perfectly happy being single, and they're not lonely at all. Granted, there are some lonely men out there, but I would also point out that there are a lot of lonely women out there too, but we're not.
Well, there are a lot of men that can be lonely. I could not. No, in my entire life I could not be lonely, and let's be honest guys, no man can be as well. Something will die inside us if we will be lonely, but it is what it is. We did not choose this type of life. We did not choose it, unfortunately. Like I said before, in a sad world we're living.
Calling that an epidemic, because most women will say that they'd rather be alone than with someone who doesn't appreciate them. And I would actually wager that the same holds true for men, that they would rather be alone than with someone who doesn't treat them properly. So, gentlemen, please, are most of you alone because no one will date you? Or are you alone because you can't find anyone suitable to be in a relationship with? I have a feeling it's more of the latter.
So am I like the only woman that no longer gets approached by men? No, because I had to actually sit and think about this, and I had to ask myself, when is the last time a man came up to me and wanted to get to know me or exchange numbers? And it's been a long time. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it definitely has me questioning myself. Like, am I not as attractive as I thought I am? Am I looking old? Am I intimidating? Like, what is it? So now I'm starting to realize that since men don't come up to me, I have to be the one to go up to them. And that makes me super nervous because it's like, how do I know I'm not gonna get rejected if you didn't come up to me in the first place and then I make the decision to go up to you?
Imagine all men was doing so until now. Imagine we were doing that and we were fine. Why you can? You know why, guys? Because most of the women are fearing getting rejected more than us. Because we get used to it. They don't, unfortunately. It is what it is. Take the game.
How do I know I won't face rejection? So can I get some tips and tricks, some advice on how to approach a man that I think is cute? Because I have no idea how to. Like, I'm scared and I feel like I can only approach men if I'm drunk, which is not often.
There's no advice. Like, there's popularity how to approach women, how to approach men. Such content on the internet is very popular, but there are no good advices because each person are individual and each person can like or neither or no. It depends on the mood, it depends on the situation, a lot of factors depends. You can just try, that's it, nothing more. There's no advice.
It's about time women realize the struggle. Men get called out for approaching and now they're over it. If you want to be chased, maybe stop making it feel like a crime.
Yo, if you're not noticing what's going on, yo, men are straight out ignoring women.
Yep.
Women are dressing like this, going to bars, going to the gym. Men are straight out ignoring them.
In USA, maybe in Europe even, but not in my countries. In my countries, we still have these simps, we still have men that think they are truly men if they paid for a dinner and stuff like that. Yep, here still are the same problems. Maybe for you guys, it's already done, but for us, no.
Men are not approaching women at all. We see you, but we act like we don't. We're tired. Men are tired. We are tired of not being 6'5", not having 6 figures at the age of 19. We are tired of the manipulative games, free dates, games here entertaining several different guys. Men are tired. Oh no, men have said no. Okay, ladies, yeah, keep saying, oh, you would have been a better world without men. Why? If you would have been a better world without men, why don't you guys form a community together, go watch the WNBA and leave out there? Why do you guys come to the NBA? Why do you guys come over there? Why are you guys following where the men at? You don't seem to stay together for too long. You don't seem to get along together. You seem to come back to men. We are tired. We're not gonna talk to you. We're not gonna approach you, ladies. Dress, do this, go to bars. There's so many women out here asking, hey, look at me. I'm so cute. I'm dressed right. Ain't no man looking at me. Ain't no man talking to me. Yeah. We sick and tired of your behavior, man. We tired of this shit. We are never gonna do that again. It's done.
These men are speaking facts. Facts, my guy. Nothing more me to add.
Where are the men in San Francisco? Where are they?
They're working.
I recently did a live where I looked at where all the men have gone, right? And this was in response to a question that I saw really on TikTok, where I came across this whole side of TikTok where women were basically complaining about the fact that they had a very hard time finding men to connect with, men that might actually be, potential boyfriends, and then eventual husbands, whatever. Like, they're just not connecting with real men. And so, after having conversations and really having had the opportunity to talk with countless men, some who are married, some who are single by choice, I have to say there are a few things that I have noticed, especially now with today's dating market. One, there are men who are just checked out, completely checked out of the dating market. Different reasons for this. Some believe that they're just not really going to be getting a good deal. It's a very confusing dating dynamic, and there are men out there who are just like, I want nothing to do with it. And so there's that. You have other men who are just grabbing their passports. They're just like, they want a woman who's more traditional. They want a woman who is maybe coming from a culture from very early on. They are taught to be wives, or are taught to value being a wife. They're taught.
Let's be honest, most of the guys doesn't need to have a housewife. They don't need for them to clean, to cook. Most of the men just want peace. That's all. Most of the men doesn't want drama in their lives. That's all, nothing more. They just want a person with whom they will not have conflicts, or with whom that person will not want to change their mind on life.
To value family, and it's just harder to come across that, in America. And then you have, like I said, other guys also who feel like just engaging in a relationship with a woman today, or with a modern woman, is akin to chaos.
Yes.
And that they would prefer to go to the gym.
Like I said before.
They prefer to go to the gym, maybe play video games, work out, work. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
working on themselves, having a point in life, because guys, you are too complicated. Let's be honest. For a man to fully understand what you want, you don't even understand what do you want. But for us to understand what you want, we should think beyond, and that's too much to ask for to a simple dude.
Keep like a pretty small circle, and again, they've also disengaged because they're just they see relationships as connected to chaos.
I wanted to give my take on why men aren't really showing up to the dating events and the dating scene right now. And I feel like it's really because the return on investment on dating right now is so low. Like, men just don't see the point of going to dating events or speed dating or anything like that, because it's like, okay, I go to this event, then it's like maybe this works, but at the end of the day, I lose out on most of the financials behind this experiment. Like I'm basically funding this experiment, and it's like maybe I get something out of it, maybe I don't, and at the end of the day, I feel like I lost the most. So the return on investment is just so low.
You are not even getting anything. Like imagine guys, we're working so hard to get a headache. That's just the conclusion. Yep.
I'm not sure why nobody wants to speak up about this, but I guess I'll be the one to do it.
Yep.
There is a serious shortage of attractive, eligible, mentally stable, emotionally available men. We need to get a search party together, figure out what has happened, where have they gone, and what do we do about this?
This is a problem, yeah, but the thing is, this is a problem to her for the man that attracts her. Let's be honest, she's beautiful, she can attract men, but she cannot attract men that she likes. That's the thing, that's the problem.
And what do we do about this? Because it's a problem.
Look, I have said this before and I will say it again. There is no shortage of good men. It is simply that you don't see the men that are good men in your life as dateable. But they're probably good friends. Like they're probably in your friend zone. And then for the good men that aren't in your life, it is because they're not looking to date. They probably spent far too long in a relationship that took advantage of their goodness. Those men are either working, they're either at home, or they're just hanging out with friends or doing some sort of hobby in seclusion. So if you really do want a good man, you better look in your friend zone or do all that you can to put out positive energy about men, because they will see you and they might take a chance on you then.
The thing is, she cannot do that. And man, I really think that good men are not staying in friend zone right now. I really think that. I want to believe in better. And unfortunately, they choose not such a happy life, because let's be honest, we would want a partner with us that would share our thoughts, would share what we want to make together, but it's simpler that way.
Money that you're spending for a dating event, you can take that money and go to happy hour. You can take that money and go to an actual event. You can take that money and do anything else besides going to an event where you know 9 times out of 10 there's going to be 80 women and 2.5 men. If I was a man and I was looking to build my roster in like record time, I would buy a ticket to one of those dating events. You know why? Because the women there are giving very much, I'm gonna say it,
headache.
Desperate. Men are not going to dating events because it's too easy to get a girl anyway. And if they are going to dating events, trust me, it's not for the same intentions that you're going there for. And y'all are spending money for tickets for these dating events that you know is going to be more women there. Like, if you're a lesbo, just say that. Like, that's cool. But if you're going there really looking for a man, absolutely not.
You heard it here first, guys. You have the advantage at these dating events.
Everybody, so today I went speed dating for the first time. And I will not be going again. Do you want to know why? Here's why. Number one, the quality of women just overshone the quality of men. That's the only way I can explain it.
She's very upset. I just can see by her face she's very upset. Nobody wants her. Nobody wants to approach her. Just saying.
There were so many attractive women with personalities. The men, they were like not very confident, didn't really talk a lot. The women were stealing the show. When I actually first turned up, I thought it was like a lesbian dating event because it was just so many women.
Yeah, blame men. Blame men. Totally, that's the fault of a man, yeah.
So it just proves that there is a lot of women trying to date. And trust me, being in your 30s, my age, and trying to date, it's just like, yeah, feel sorry for me, basically.
So, the problem is in men still, yeah? Like, until your 30s, you did not find a good partnership, yeah? You are telling me that. Maybe that's a you problem, no? Because you had a lot of time, plenty of time to find someone good, but okay.
Feel very sorry for me. It was absolute. Oh, I just think, what am I doing? Wasting my time trying these things. But I thought if you don't try, you never know. You never know, do you? So yeah, speed dating is not for me. What are you going to send me to next? Let me know.
So it might be my algorithm, but it seems like
every single day I'm getting a video about a woman who was going online talking about how she is not getting approached from men, she is not getting the attention that she wants.
Obviously, most of women, most of beautiful ones still have dates, especially younger ones, but not with the 80% of the guys. 20% of the guys are getting all the dates. That's all. And there are these types of women which we are seeing in those videos.
Singles events at restaurants when she's out and about, and there's this frustration that men just are not stepping up. And I think one thing that is oftentimes missed from this whole conversation is that we have to remember that we want to be offering the things that men actually like and are attracted to. And I think some of us, quite frankly, are just offering what they're not trying to buy.
So the question is, why are there so many single people who are not interested in dating? And ladies, we got these men shook because all they hear is how much money they should be spending on these dates. So look, if you got a $300 minimum that you feel like a man should be spending on a date, and the man take out 2 women in 1 week with that same mentality, that's $600 that he spent on dates with women that he don't even know that he like yet. And understand that a rich man will spend the money because he'll spend as much as necessary to get what it is that he wants from you because he got it. So our focus should be, is he a protector? Is he a provider? How does he treat his kids? How do he treat his mama? It's so many other things that we could be focused on. Now, there is a caveat. Men, if you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Let's just start there. Women, same thing. If you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Get your life together first. So if you built a lifestyle and you are able to afford a lifestyle of your...
That's not true. The most genuine, the most better relationship is when you have nothing, both of you, and you are getting something together. You are building together. That's the most tough, most stronger relationship. So no, that's not true.
Your own. I am not saying go get you a man and find you a man who is broke, but the focus should not be how much he can spend on dates. The focus should be everything that has to do everything with his personality and how he treats you.
What I'm thinking about that is that, ladies, you should work on your personalities as well. Because we don't want a woman with balls. We don't want the second man in our relationship. Well, some men would like that. Like, I'm not totally against that. But most of men will not.
What has been your biggest financial mistake?
My ex-girlfriend.
I just wanted to say
In
that.
what way?
Vacations and, you know, just dinners. Just didn't work out.
And this is why she's your ex-girlfriend.
This is why.
Okay. And if you could go back, what would you change?
It was a good experience, so lesson learned. I don't think I'd change much.
Lesson learned.
Yep, totally agree. That's a real answer of a man right there. You just learned the lesson. He will not get there anymore, like a true man.
So now just pay for less vacations and dinners?
That's not the main
stay
thing.
single.
Stay single?
Yeah, well, that's not the main thing you should take from that. Pay, not stay single, with the right one. With the one that will not give you headache.
I walked into that event last night,
Unfortunately.
and I wanted to die. Everyone was so short. Every single man there was like less than 5'10", or 5'10" or less, I mean.
5'10".
None of them are attractive.
5'10". Less than 1 meter and 18 centimeters? Are you nuts, woman? Do you want to be at his D right from the beginning or what? Are you nuts?
No one, not one, was attractive. Not even like, oh, he could, no, not close.
The real question is, why would any man go to an event where he has to pay to get rejected by fives? Make it make sense.
Are you single or in a relationship?
Single.
Where do you normally meet girls in London?
I don't know. They usually come up to me in the street, actually.
And would you approach a girl by first if you liked her?
No.
No?
No.
Nice.
So how do you want
No.
to meet her?
She'll approach me.
So you wouldn't mind if the girl approached you?
No, I'd love it.
Okay.
The thing is, we all should approach each other. We all should connect. I don't really understand when this war began between men and women. Well, still, men also has a lot of deep problems that should resolve. We both should work on a lot of things, and men and women. I think we should approach each other.
I don't know what it is about these speed dating events, but I keep seeing these videos of women speaking. I went to a speed dating event. There was no men there. I went to a singles event. There were no men there. Respectfully, haven't y'all been coming on this internet telling men that they need to stop dating and they need to leave women alone? Didn't y'all come on this internet and say it's all men till no men? Didn't y'all come on this internet and sit up here and say, well, if me and you make the same amount, I'm technically better than you in my mind as a woman, because why as a man don't you make more money than me? Even though that man is a direct reflection of you, the only difference is y'all gender. I already know some of you be like, well, you have a victim mentality. So then what's the difference when y'all came on this internet and say social media warped the mind of people and their bodies and said it was okay that a lot of women sat up there and started getting BBLs because they noticed that some women were getting attention by lustful, thirsty men online, and they sat up there and felt less than because of their natural body? Why wasn't that woman able to think the same way you want these men to think? Because there's a psychological effect some of you psych majors should know, right? I never took psych, but I understand if I go on this app every day and told I'm nothing, even though we make the same, that's gonna play into my psyche. As I said, some of us men still know how to read y'all defense. It's not that hard, but isn't it funny? My fault. I should know better. It's just not the same.
The fault is the man. We just want to have a happy life. That's all.
Exactly. You have Instagram?
Nah.
Are you lying?
I don't really show people on social media. I kind of want you to know me for me first.
So you got a girl on your social media?
Nah.
If I find that social media and I find a girl, I'm gonna find where you live next and I'm gonna blow up your house.
You might find a lot of girls.
A lot of girls? It's the wrong thing to say to a Latina.
I know, but I'm honest.
You're honest?
I'll be lying to you if I told you the only girl. Right? I'll be lying to you.
Do you see, guys, what they are attracted to men that have a lot of girls? She is smiling still. She's still there. She's not saying, oh, then I don't need you if you have a lot of girls. No, she's still there. They like that.
Guys have made it in and they got to just pick wherever they wanted to sit and who they wanted to start dating. And I'm alone. So many girls.
Okay.
Well, I know we're all like... So the guys paid to be here.
You're laughing. You're complaining right now. We see your pain. Don't worry. It's fine. Each guy was in your place when he was alone. So when you are starting getting alone, that's something different? No, not. So get used to it. It's fine in daily lives of men.
There's a lot more girls than guys. So that's weird. And it's not a situation of like where you date everyone and you just say yes or no or something. And then at the end, if you both said yes to each other, you hang out later. You ask to match right away and you like give the person like your QR code and then you just like basically ask to match with them. Like the girl, they were saying like, ladies, you should initiate, like guys love when you initiate. I'm sorry, what? And once you match,
well, then you lost. That's the thing. Take it and move on. You lost. That's why not any of those guys was interested in you. That's all. You are saying the same to the men on the internet. Move on. No.
Match with someone, you go next door and there's like an open bar and you all hang out. So they're like, we're really encouraging you to match. And I'm like, well, I'll match for an open bar, but I'm not gonna match. Like, I don't know. It just like doesn't really make any sense. But there's so many girls here. Everyone's so pretty, but the vibes are a little weird.
When they first started promoting this event, they were targeting men and women. I also don't follow anybody that is putting on this event, but every time I open Instagram on my Reels page, I'm getting Reels from all of the event coordinators that are only targeted towards men, trying to get them to apply to this event. So now this is raising some red flags in my mind and my critical brain turns on. And I'm like, okay, if they are only promoting this towards men, that must mean they can't find men to come to this event. Then I started thinking about it and I was like, I don't know a single man, let alone a black man, because most of their audience is black, who would pay even $50 to go to a singles event, let alone speed dating and $150.
$150. I know men in my country that have this salary per month.
The other day, a girl's like, men are afraid to come up to us. They're not afraid to come up to you. I mean, maybe some feel a little insecure, but by and large, they're just like, I don't need this aggravation today. I don't need some diva aggravation today, because more often than not, what do? You know,
yeah,
nasty, you know, like a little attitude, puckered lips, you know, the pucker lip.
Yep.
They're tired. They're tired. They're tired of getting made fun of. They're tired of being, you know, abused. They're tired of getting, you know, oh, I'm a meme now. Because why? Because I looked your way for 2 seconds in the gym?
Men always assume this, and I, for the life of me, do not understand. Anytime my friend and I invite guys to come to our singles events, they always assume that it's going to be 80% majority men. Like, they'll be like, oh, like, I think it's going to be a sausage fest. Like, I think I speak for most guys when I say, like, we're not going to come because it's all going to be other guys. that's not the case ever. Like, I've gone to multiple singles events. I'm hosting singles events now myself. In every situation, it's majority women, and they're all really cool, fun, attractive women. In New York, women here, in my personal experience, they are very willing to sign up for events. They're willing to put in effort to make connections with people, both platonic and romantic. And I have found it not to be the case for men. So I don't know where that perception's coming from. If anyone has any idea, what is that barrier? The reason that we're reaching out to these men is because it's harder to get men to sign up for these events. And yet when we ask them to sign up, they say they don't want to sign up because they think it will all be men. It's like, no, the reason I'm reaching out to you is because there is no men. Like, no, what is it? I don't understand.
That's not just one. The thing is, men don't want to get to there. They don't need that anymore. That's sad, but it is what it is. Yeah, and also a sign is that, unfortunately, we think the same as women in some cases. If we see a woman that we don't know why, but until her 30s, any days that she had didn't work out, there's something wrong. There is something wrong, trust me. So guys, if you watched until now, please subscribe and like, because I don't see a reason why not to, because you watched until now. So thank you and see you in the next video.